Welcome back. The high wind causing trouble across Colorado. As we've been reporting, it fueled a grass fire in Colorado Springs this afternoon. Take a look at this video of the fire at a park near North Powers Boulevard and Constitution. It damaged a fence and a shed, but it is now under control. We'll get that for you in just a second. We want to head outside, though, now and check in with Jay Polk, who keeping track on this wind and finding out why it's so windy.
Well, you know, James and Heather, we've seen so much wind today. Rachel's been telling us about those numbers all the way since 4 o'clock, and of course Abby was telling you about them at noon as well. And if you want to know why it's so windy, well, I'll tell you. Part of the reason is one of the reasons that brought us here to Colorado in the first place. Jules Thacker and Christian Parker are newcomers to our state.
It's so beautiful. I love Colorado. I don't think I could ever go back to all the rain in Georgia.
When it comes to weather, there's one major difference.
It's pretty intense wind out here when it really gets going.
Justin Wood may be a Springs native, but wind like this is still something he can't ignore.
As far as weather goes, it's not my favorite to be around in.
The wind is a constant, and it has good and bad sides. You can see how the wind is really drying things out by looking at the branches of this tree next to me, but another thing that the wind does is warm things up, especially when it comes out of the mountains. In the right conditions, gusty winds in the middle of the atmosphere are brought to the surface. As those winds rush out of the mountains, they get squeezed and warm up, adding another element to the Colorado weather mix.
It's really crazy how you can wear a t-shirt and then the sun goes down and it's freezing cold.
Of course, the major downside of this wind is fire danger, which is no secret.
Seeing as how it's so dry this year, fire danger could be pretty bad.
And something that we'll have to deal with when it's so windy and dry. Now, let me tell you something, this wind that we're seeing out here is amazing, and as you've heard Rachel already tell us, it's going to continue to go through the rest of the evening. I was talking to somebody earlier on today, it's one of those high-profile vehicles, a big van. He was telling me that he was having to pull the steering wheel this way just to keep going straight because the winds were so gusty. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Jay Polk, KRDO News Channel 13.